Black Clover chapter 346 is really amazing because it showcased how powerful the Ryuzen is, and actually they have a great reputation on their strength and how much they are a big deal because they are defending their land against the five-headed dragons and the paladins, and they're holding on their own. And this is actually 100% great because the last time Tabata he showcased, characters from a different land, and they were like the Grand Magic Knights, was like the Heart Kingdom, and that ended in a huge disappointment when the Dark Triads came in because they all got whooped. But here, the Ryuzen, they're showcasing how powerful they're easily was able enough to go ahead and take out the five-headed dragon, and they want all the smoke of the paladins, and it's just a great reputation of them in showcasing their strength. But also too is so interesting because ever since we got into the lands of the rising suns, we see a huge reputation of the Japanese lore, folklore, and Buddhist lore as well, because all of the five Ryuzen's techniques all represent in their power and how they're able to actually attack and defeat the actual five-headed dragons. When we actually see Kinzaku as she used her snow jujutsu, as it says that blood scatters silver fox, as it appears to be a transformation represents to the Japanese folklore as the snow fox, that's which is hunt for blood, which is also a reference of the legend that is known for trickery, which reference to her change of personalities, because as a fox they pretend to be playful and innocent, but in actualities they are dangerous creatures that are willing to rip you apart, which reference to the chapter that we saw in the last chapter, as she was represented as being shy, gloomy, and she didn't want to go ahead and attack. But as soon as she just stopped thinking, just as Ichika stated in this chapter, as soon as she stops thinking, she become a different person. And this is where she just ends up becoming this bloodthirsty warrior who wants all the smokes, who wants to smell the blood. It's kind of like a Jekyll or Hyde kind of feel. How, Dr. Jekyll, when he is just normal in his normal state, and then he transformed into this monster who's just here for destruction and everything else. So it's just pretty much is an interesting aspect of how we were able to see her, and she was able to dodge every single one of the five-headed dragon's attacks, which gave a response to Sister Lily, because Sister Lily sarcastically was just saying that, oh, I don't think it's a good idea that you have to dodge all of these attacks, as the five-headed dragon is showcasing how powerful he is because he was able to destroy a mountain. But that didn't phase the rest of the Ryuzen, because as we see that Kinzaku, when she activated her blood-stained silver fox, she was able to transform into a fox-like being where she was able to develop multiple tails and the ears of the fox, and was able to go and bust through the head of one of the five-headed dragons. But we see another Ryuzen who used his earth style, and he used the king of Buddhist priests, as you see a mountain statue of a Buddhist actually punching, crushing the head of one of the dragons as well. And at the same time, you think this is done? No, we see Amari, she actually used one of her abilities, which is lightning, and she was able to cut through the five-headed dragons as well, which her lightning attack is reference to the Hindu mythology of a god who is associated with the sky, lightning, weather, and war. And then on top of that, Jozo with his wind jujutsu, where it is also reference to a demigod that is featured in Hindu mythology, which is to be a man-eater and act as an embodiment of the power of the evil Hindu serpent, because when he was able to activate his glaze ability, of Rashika, he was able to cut pieces of the five-headed dragons. And then we see Ichika as well, as she was able to activate her magic as well. And she was able to automatically cut the head of the dragon, which prompts Sister Lily to be shocked and amazed of how powerful these Ryuzen is, because she was just like, damn. She was like, I didn't know you guys were that powerful. We have powerful mages where I'm from, but you guys are a whole different level. And which makes Ichika stated that, you know what, we are never giving up, and Ryu believes in us. So prepare for this next ass whooping, because it seems as if the next chapter is going to be the Paladins versus the Ryuzen. But we go and also focus on the other part of the chapter, because we get a flashback of, we see Ryu actually is talking to the five Ryuzen and explaining to them that, hey, the next day we're going to have these Paladins coming from Lucius, and they're going to go ahead and attack the lands of the rising suns. He tells them about their magic and how they're going to resurrect the five-headed dragon, which the Ryuzen, they're hearing all of this information, so they came mentally prepared. And this time it's probably looking that he had this meeting before Ichika and Asta had their fight, which prompted to the fact that how quickly the information was actually, discovered, because it seems like they came prepared for this fight. But then it seems like Ichika, she went and tried to tell Asta about what's going on, but it just seems as if that she got all caught up about the whole Yami situation, which caused them to fight, and which caused Ryu to step in. And I think Ryu will only step in to fight if it comes down to the last wire, because we automatically see how powerful Ryu is, because Ryu was able to stop Asta and Ichika's attack when they was about to do their final clash. So a lot of things can happen in the next couple of chapters, but we will see what's going to happen. I do believe with the help of Ryu informing the rest of the Ryuzen about this information was a huge help, because they were able to prepare to see what is going to happen. And then on top of that, I do feel as if Ryu, he will probably step in if it comes down to like the last wire. But I also do feel like the presence of Ryu will automatically boost the morale of the Ryuzen to continue and to actually win. But we can probably see that this fight against the Paladins is not going to be an easy one, especially since they're able to heal because they have the Undying Bodies effects, which they will probably need Asta to get stronger so his anti-magic can automatically reverse the Undying Body spell to bring them back to normal. And so with that being said, if you guys do like the video, please give it a like, subscribe, and remember, always be decent. This is the Monotone Man, and hope you guys have a wonderful day. Be safe. If I ever butchers these names, let me know down in the comment section. And if you guys do like the video, just give it a like, subscribe, and all that. Hope you guys have a wonderful holiday and be safe. And yeah.